Hello, hello, hello. This is Laura Kane After Dark, the podcast with the mostest. The mostest. I'm trying to make a rhyme. I'm the hostess with the mostest.
You really are the hostess with the mostest.
That's not what I wanted to say. I don't know what I wanted to say. I just want to say that maybe we're the little engine that could. After 300 plus episodes.
I know.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is Eric Rimmer.
Hi.
Producer Brian over here.
Hello.
Hi, guys. How's your week been?
Good. How's yours?
It's been great.
Good.
It's been really good. And I went somewhere this last weekend, and I got you a present.
You did?
I did. And I thought, I'm going to bring it to you on the podcast. Here's what I want you to do. I want you, when you cuddle with this,
Okay.
I want you to think of me.
Okay.
Okay? You promise to take it to bed with you?
I promise.
Put it right next to your pillow. Okay. Ready? Close your eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on the counter.
Okay. Oh, God. Brian's laughing, so I know it's going to be.
It's good.
Look at.
Yeah, no, I see exactly what it is.
Say hello to your new friend. Isn't he? He's so cute.
Where did you find
Isn't
this?
he cute?
Sure.
Really,
It may or may not have been in Mexico.
It was definitely a Mexican.
Look at how sweet he is. He
Really
just wants to be
sweet.
loved.
He does.
Looks like a
It
real
came in a
dick.
brown one, a white one, and a black one.
Oh,
I got you one that most looked like you.
thank you.
And they had big ones and they had small ones. I got you the small one. I didn't think you'd want the big giant one.
No. It's very soft. It's like
Is it? You know, he's very cuddly.
little.
He's
kiss
your
on
new
the
little
cheek.
friend. Yeah.
He really is. I love
Aren't they
it.
always?
Totally cuddle with it.
We have.
Can you do me a favor?
What? What do you want me to do? Oh gosh, what do you call it? ADHD
Yeah.
man over here.
My-
OCD man over
Yeah,
here.
right. There we
Okay.
go. Much better. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mwah. We have a woman named Lisa coming on here pretty
Yes.
soon after we do a couple things, and she's going to tell us about cryptocurrency. She's going to tell us for dummies, because I'm a kind of a cryptocurrency dummy. I want to know everything about it. She knows everything about it. She's going to teach us and tell us, and we have lots of questions for her and basic questions at that. So anything you ever wanted to know about cryptocurrency, keep it right here. Keep watching. It's coming up. But first, we need to talk about our brand new advertiser.
Yes, we do.
ADR Wellness. So ADR Wellness is an outpatient mental health clinic in San Diego. There are a few of them in San Diego. Wow. You just took a selfie with your new little guy.
He's gonna have his dick out the entire show.
He's going to totally have it out the entire show.
I'm going to rock out with my cock out.
Oh, hey, we're
What?
doing a
Oh,
commercial.
sorry. Yes.
ADR Wellness offers individual therapy, couples therapy, child and family therapy, and psychological testing. And many of the clinicians also specialize in treatment of trauma, and they're trained in EMDR therapy. And they take most insurances like
Anthem, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Cigna, Aetna, Medicare, and TRICARE.
that's right. Go to adrwellness.com
That's adrwellness.com.
to make an appointment or for more information.
That's right.
And then we have our wonderful Baja Coast Realty.
We love them.
Oh, we love them so much. So I posted something on my Instagram about Baja Coast Realty, and I posted a view from the Mission Viejo Sur.
Yes.
And one comment was, the view is amazing. I'm wondering if you have a larger living room. Well, here's the thing with Baja Coast Realty and the two projects, brand new projects they have down there. The developments. One is called the Pyramid at Plaza Del Mar. One is Mission Viejo Sur. They're all brand new, and they all are different. So you can have a big living room or a smaller living room, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath. I mean, there's one condo complex where you enter through the bedroom, but the reason for that is because the money shot is the ocean view and the pool view, and that's where you're spending most of your time, and that's the living room. So
Right.
you enter through the bedroom, and then you get to the living room. It all makes sense. It's all beautiful. The finishes are amazing.
Oh my gosh. It's got open beam ceilings. It's got top of the line appliances. Great doors and windows, floor to ceiling windows.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so nice.
You're seeing like the entire Pacific Ocean, it feels like. It feels
and
like
the balconies are huge.
they're huge.
Yeah.
So already 100,000 Americans live in Baja California, Baja, Mexico. And it's very safe.
It is.
It's guarded and it's gated. And the roads down there are very nice because there are toll roads. So they're kept up very nicely. And it's in South Rosarito. Both these developments are in South Rosarito, which is, they say, like the Beverly Hills of Mexico.
I was just saying today that the drive-in is beautiful.
It is. It's a scenic drive.
Yeah, it really is.
You go through Playas, and then you go through Rosarito, and then you're down in South Rosarito. So it's just about 45 minutes from Ensenada. It's just a beautiful, beautiful area. For more information, BajaCoastRealty.com. Prices start at $169, baby.
And I think the highest is $450,
$450, $469.
Yeah,
But the
$469.
thing is, the more we're talking about this, and the more the months pass, the higher they're getting.
Yeah.
Because these are such a good deal that it's just going up and up and up.
Yeah, one building is completely sold out already.
Yeah.
So
and then they're building the third building at Mission Viejo Sur.
Right.
So much activity, so much opportunity.
that's the building I like.
Yes, I know. It's modern and it's awesome. The other one's more rustic, but it's beautiful too and brand new. BajaCoastRealty.com.
That's BajaCoastRealty.com.
Or DM us if you have any more information or any more questions or anything like that, because we can answer a lot of the questions for you.
That's right.
Okay, so I have this fun little thing for my host chat.
Okay. Hit me.
We're gonna play a little music.
Okay.
I have.
Do I have to decipher what the song is?
You're
Or
not
no?
gonna know 1, 2.
Probably none of them.
I don't think you're gonna know 3 of them.
You should know at least 2 of them.
He should know at least 2. Yeah.
Okay.
These are Spotify's top 5 songs of the summer. Summer doesn't officially end till the 22nd, but
Okay.
these last 3 months, these are the top hit songs that Spotify has tracked as number 1. So we're going to start with 5.
Okay.
Number 5 is by Bad Bunny. Have you heard of Bad Bunny?
All I know is that he kissed some guy on an award show.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
only reason that I know that.
Well, this song is called Titi Me Pregunto, and this is the number 5
Something
song.
pregnant? I want to get you pregnant?
I don't know. A question. Pregunto is question.
Oh, question. Right.
Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias. Hoy tengo
I love it.
una,
Never heard
mañana
this song, but it's
otra. Ey, pero no hay boda. Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias.
I like Bad Bunny.
Muchas novias. Hoy tengo a una, mañana otra.
Is he the one that wears like the box on his head?
No, that's Marshmallow. He's
Oh,
the DJ.
Oh god. Oh god.
Not even close.
I'm not even close. Okay.
You know, we played this on Star, and I didn't realize it had been out this long to be the song of the summer. But number 4 is by a group called Joji, or a man. I don't know if this is a group or just one person, but it's called Glimpse of Us.
Never heard of it.
Give it a chance, give it a chance, give it a chance. Just listen to the words.
She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move. She'd turn the rain to a rainbow when I was living in the blue. Why then, if she's so perfect?
Pretty voice.
Isn't this a pretty song?
It is pretty.
Perfect don't mean that it's working, so what can I do when you're out outside in my mind? 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes and that's where I find a glimpse of us.
There we go. There's the chorus. Okay, so that's the number 4 song. Number 3 is also by Bad Bunny.
Okay.
Me Porto Bonita. Or Bonito. Me Porto Bonito.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ey. En la guagua se queda el olor de tu perfume. Tú eres una bellaca, yo soy un bellaco, eso es lo que nos une. Ella sabe que está buenota y no la presumen. Si yo fuera tu gato, subiera una foto los viernes y los lunes.
I actually really like the beat of
Isn't
it.
it good? Okay. Number 2, we were just talking about him, Harry Styles, As It Was. You know this one, right?
Yes.
Harry, we want to say goodnight to you.
Harry Styles hot or not?
Depends on what he's wearing that day.
I think he's hot.
He was hot.
Was? What do you mean was? He's only like 26.
He got really weird.
How so?
He's like very he wears a lot of dresses and stuff, which I think
Yeah.
he's out there.
He's an artist.
Yeah, but not all artists are attractive like that, you know.
Here we go.
I like his voice though.
Oh, he's a fantastic artist, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had so many hits. He has had.
His whole album, his last album he did This Is From, the entire thing's great.
So great.
Yeah.
As It Was. Okay, any guesses as to what the number 1 song of the summer is?
It's been top 1 for a long time now.
Yeah. It's an older song.
It's not from my generation.
Oh, it's the Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
What's it called?
Kate. It's called Running Up That Hill, Kate
Oh,
Bush.
yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah, I love this.
From, I think it's 1983
Oh,
or 93.
yeah.
It's 83.
83.
Or
She's made $2 million on this song
actually
alone.
no, it's
2 million since the Stranger Things.
No, throughout.
Oh,
85.
It doesn't hurt me. Do you want to feel how it feels?
Love it. 85. Okay, that makes sense.
Know that it doesn't hurt me.
Let's get to the chorus and then you can do your little chat. I love this song. It's
I do too.
never old. Never will get old.
Do you remember when she did Woman's Work?
Yes. Make a deal with God.
And I get to swallow places.
Running up that hill. We're running up that hill. We're running up that hill.
What's that?
I was talking to you while we were recording that song.
Oh, no.
And you had on you were showing me a picture of you with the nylons or the
yeah.
pantyhose over your face.
Oh, and you said my hair looked like pubic hair.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
God. I'm sorry
Okay,
that was
so
on.
since we're talking about songs, I have 2 that I need to play you a little clip of.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of Anita?
No.
So she's a Mexican singer, but she is okay.
Another songstress.
Yes, it's called Envolver.
She's
Now,
sexy.
she is sexy as all get out. If you don't know who she is, just Google 2022 VMA performance Anita Envolver.
What happened?
I think gay guys would convert over.
Oh, really? She's that
she
hot.
is sexy.
What compared to J-Lo? What do you think?
Well,
Similar?
I have a feeling at some point this chick was probably an exotic dancer.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
It was Well,
Okay.
just watch it.
So that's one song.
Yes. So, a friend of mine's daughter recorded a song, and it just came out 2 days ago
On what?
on all platforms.
Oh, cool.
So you can buy it on Apple, anything.
iTunes and
Yeah,
Spotify.
her name's Hunter Daly. So her mom is E.G. Daly, who does the voice of like the Rugrats, and I've known E.G. and her sister for years. So her name's Hunter Daly. The song is called "Die in L.A."
Wow,
So,
that's
yeah. So
good.
she's got a great voice. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I
Is that your
downloaded-
host chat?
No, that's not my host chat.
What? Tell me about your host chat.
So you went on a trip and I was on a trip at the same time.
Correct.
So I was in Washington and the state, not DC. So I did two things there. You gave me one of those good night
Sleep patch.
sleep patch.
Yeah, I got them on Amazon.
Right. So on the show, you were telling me, and you said, I don't want to take one because I'm afraid that I
Sleep
won't wake
through
up
my
in time.
alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to bring it with me.
Because
So
you're
I-
supposed to put it on and then have 8 hours. You're supposed to have 8 hours to sleep.
Let me tell you, I don't think I have ever had a better night's sleep.
Oh, really?
Did
Did you sleep too long?
No, 8 hours, and I was fresh as a daisy. But the weird thing is it's a biofrequency sleep aid patch, so it's all natural. There's no drugs involved at all. So
Melatonin, is it involved? Does it have melatonin?
I
in
don't
it?
believe it does. I believe that
Drug free, no side effects, safe for all ages, physician approved.
so you literally peel off this little patch. It's black when you put it on, and then when you wake up, it's blue. So after it it looks like a little, almost like little lines are in it. Like when
Oh.
yeah. So I put it on the inside of my wrist, like right above my wrist, like right about here.
Yeah.
And you can literally feel yourself falling asleep.
Really?
So your mind, like I have a very hard time sleeping sometimes because my mind will go and go and go and go. And you can literally feel your brain slowing down. And then you just fall asleep and you wake up in the morning 8 hours later like you've been under
Like
heavy
a
surgery.
baby.
Yeah, like a baby.
That's cool.
It was awesome. So I bought an entire family pack.
Good.
Literally, when I woke up, I bought it on Amazon, and I think it's like for I don't know 48 of them or a month's worth. I think it's like $28 or something like that. It's relatively
Yeah, it's
cheap.
not- it's not
it works
bad.
out to about $1 a patch, I think, but it is so worth it.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then one of the nights that I was there, we were out to dinner and I was planning on paying for dinner.
Okay.
So I tried to be slick about it and I took my credit card out and put it in my wallet so I could pull it really quick, you know?
Yeah.
So I had it kind of sticking out. And I set my wallet and my phone next to me in the booth. Well, when I did it, I watched as my credit card flew out and slid down the side of the booth where there was a wall next to it.
Uh-oh.
So I jump up and it's like, what's wrong? Like, what's the problem? I was like, well, my credit card just slid down the wall and it's between the booth and there was no way to get to it. You couldn't get a pin through there. And I was like, oh boy. So dinner ends and we're getting ready to leave. And I'm like, well, okay. So I try and move it and it's bolted to the ground. So I'm going to the bathroom. Okay, well, I'm going to get my card out. The waitress comes by, lifts up the seat. It's completely solid, so there's no way to get it. One of the chefs comes out with a big chef's knife, trying to get it, just about gets it to the edge, and my card gets stuck. So there are 3 employees. Thank you, Christy, Jamie, and Justin at Sonara, one of my favorite restaurants there in Olympia, Washington. They were all helping. Justin comes back with a drill and has to disassemble the entire booth.
Oh my God.
But they got my card out, and I was able to pay for dinner.
Oh, you did
Thank you,
pay
guys.
after all that?
I
You got
did.
to pay?
I did.
Oh, good. Oh,
So
my.
thank you guys.
Okay, now we have a very special guest coming on, and I've been waiting patiently for her because we had her wife on.
Yes.
Remember, we had Carla and Crystal on. They were
Yes.
talking about biofrequencies and they were talking about energy and the vibration of the universe. Well, this is Crystal's wife, Lisa. Come on down, Lisa. Come join us. Crystal was here and she's like, you've got to talk to my wife. She knows everything there is to know about cryptocurrency. She's like the San Diego's knows, she knows more than anybody else here in town. I'm like, we would totally love to have her on. So hello, Lisa.
Don't
are
mind
you?
the big fuzzy penis that's
I know.
on the desk here.
I don't mind it.
So, okay, first of all, tell me give me the definition of cryptocurrency. What exactly is this that we're talking about for dummies? Okay, just say you heard it a lot, but what actually is it?
Okay. Well, for me, how I like to explain it is cryptocurrency is a little bit of a misnomer. So Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency, and that was actually created to be currency. So it was created to basically have a fixed supply. So as we talk about money now, and we've printed it to infinity, the US dollar, it's not that your gas is worth more or that bread is worth more, it's that the dollar's worth less because there's more in supply. So crypto has a fixed supply. Bitcoin has a fixed supply. There's only 21 million, and there will only ever be 21 million. So that was the original.
Who came up with all this?
That's it's actually Satoshi Nakamoto is the name, but it's a pseudonym, and there's a lot of theories behind who created Bitcoin. So you can jump down rabbit holes on that one. I have my theories on it. But
so the number was fixed by this person,
yeah. So that's what I was going to get into is cryptocurrency is really technology. It's blockchain technology. And so as we're moving into a really digital age, everything is going to run on blockchain. And that's,
what's that mean?
So blockchain is basically if you and I are making a transaction, it's a ledger. And instead of having, let's say we're making a financial transaction, instead of a bank being the intermediary between that, we make a transaction, there are computers, which they call nodes in the crypto world, that verify that transaction to make sure that I have, let's say I'm sending you $500, I have the $500, and then it goes into your account, and it's verified, and everything is run on this public ledger, basically. So no, there can be no transaction that is counterfeited.
That's good.
Yes. So that's the simplest way I can put it. Especially, I have. So just so you know, I have zero financial background. I have zero crypto or computer background. I've just learned this on my own, and
how come you're just so?
I will get so.
Okay.
So 2020, right? We start printing money, and I'm like, my paradigm with reality, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, we're gonna go into hyperinflation. So I said, okay, well, where would the hedge be on this? Precious metals, gold and silver, and I was like, digital currency. Clearly, we are going away from cash. We are on our phones constantly.
A lot of people aren't even taking cash anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, isn't that
Exactly.
weird?
It's very weird,
Yeah.
but it's the way of the future.
It's here. It's here, and it's not going away. And so I deep dove into research on digital currency, Bitcoin, figured out what it was, and figured out that it's really technology. It's blockchain technology. And so I like to compare it to the internet. And as we move from what I like to say is dial-up internet,
AOL, yeah.
yeah, you guys remember that?
Yeah.
To the to Ethernet cords, and then we went to Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing now with the internet. With this form of the internet. So we are now going from the internet just being information, like we just are consuming information. Mm-hmm. Now we're putting out information with Instagram, all the big tech, YouTube, those sorts of things. The Web3 will be being able to monetize it. So being able to monetize your YouTube channel in a decentralized way using cryptocurrency and the blockchain.
Dude. Okay. So Bitcoin is one form of cryptocurrency.
Correct.
Can you give me some other names?
Yes. So Ethereum is
I've heard of that.
yes. Ethereum's number 2. Like if you looked at, let's compare it just to stocks. Like, okay, here's the biggest stock, like a tech stock, right? Apple would be like one of the number one, Microsoft, something like that. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, that's number 2. So Bitcoin, like I said, is really was designed to be a currency. Ethereum was designed to be sort of the infrastructure of everything. Think of it like Apple. Everything's going to be built on this. They call it a layer 1, and it's the biggest. So like a lot of they're called smart contracts, but I think an app like on Apple, they build what they call dApps, decentralized applications, on the Ethereum network. So that's number 2.
Okay, my brain is exploding.
Yeah. And then you
Wow.
have something called stable coins that are
I've never heard of that.
supposedly fixed 1-to-1 with the US dollar. So there's like USDC, USDT, which is Tether, and there's been some others that are.
What's Dogecoin?
Doge. Yeah.
Dogecoin?
Doge.
Oh, Dogecoin. I don't even know.
So Doge was actually designed to make fun of crypto, believe it or not.
Okay.
And it's a meme coin. So it's like, they have like the dog, and people in the crypto world call them shit coins because they have no real world use. Although I made a lot of money off of Doge. So
Did you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So it has, there have been some cases for it recently. Of course, Elon pumps it. He's on Twitter, and
Dogecoin.
Doge to the
Yeah,
moon,
Doge.
like,
Oh, okay.
Shiba is another one. So those are coins that don't do anything.
Okay. So why?
Hype.
Okay.
Social media. People want to get rich quick, right?
Right.
So I listened to your guys' show, and we were talking about just this idea of abundance and financial freedom, and crypto is a very, very easy way to make a lot of money very quickly.
Is there a way to lose a lot of money though? Too?
Sure, absolutely.
It's like gambling, right? Kind of.
Nah, if you know what you're doing, it's not. It's a new asset class. But if you're just pumping money into shit coins like Doge or Shiba, and hoping that it, in the crypto world, they say it goes to the moon, and you make a lot of money off of it, it could go to the moon, and then it could go right back down to the center of Earth.
When you say make money, making more Bitcoin or making actual dollars?
No,
like
you can make actual money. So it's traded on different exchanges, paired with stable coins. And then you could cash that out into what is called fiat cash. That's the cash that we have, US dollars, euros.
That's called fiat cash?
Fiat, yeah, fiat
Okay.
money.
I am so let's say I come to you and I'm like, look, I want to give you $500.
Yeah.
Is that how that
Do something with it.
transpires?
Help me. What do we do with $500? What would you do first? 500 actual
No, are
dollars.
you asking me personally, like, hey, I want to, or you're asking like, hey, I want to invest?
Yeah, like
$500?
I know nothing about it.
So what I would say to you, and again, Crystal and I, this is why we sort of started this FitcoinCoaching.com, is to help people, because crypto is a brand new asset, and it's my belief that it will be an opportunity for generational wealth transfers, generational wealth building. Just as I said, it's a technology that is brand new, and everybody is going to be interacting with it. And so could you imagine investing in Apple, Amazon, Google stock when it IPO'd, right? Amazon was like $3.
Yeah.
Right? You know, and everybody's like, oh man, I wish I had an opportunity to invest in Amazon. Well, you literally have those opportunities right now in cryptocurrency.
So I invested, I have I didn't have very much money, but this was last summer. I said, I'm gonna invest some money in, I don't know if it was Ethereum or it was one of those. And it was like $200. It wasn't anything big. And then I'd watch it every day. Right. And then it was like going up. I was like, ooh. And then boom, it went down. I was like, I'm like, oh God, I'm going to yank it out of there before it goes down any further, which I shouldn't have done. Obviously, you're supposed to keep it going. But a friend of mine also, like, he took out a loan stupidly and bought a bunch of Bitcoin and lost it all. So you just have to know, like, what do we need to know?
So what you need to know is the basis of what I'm saying is that this is a technology and it's here to stay. And so what are the cryptos? What are the real world use cases that are going to stick, right? What was it? Netscape. Netscape boomed, I think. So think of this kind of like the .com bubble era. There were amazing tech stocks that boomed and then it just crashed, right? And I wasn't investing at that time, so I can't speak intelligently on exactly what happened or whatever. But anybody that held on to an Amazon, for instance, they made they're pretty wealthy.
It's just about
they're pretty
being
wealthy right
patient
now.
and
Right. It's about being patient. So knowing kind of what's going to be working in the world, and of course you're not going to get it all right. But if let's say you had 10 and 5 of those did work out, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. So what you did is actually like it's what most people do because they invest emotionally. So
I did that and then I got scared.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, even if it's just $200, you put $200 in and you're like, oh man, you're looking at it every day.
It was going so well.
Yeah, it's like $1,000. This is so awesome. And then all of a sudden it dumps and it goes back down to 200 and now it's down to 100 and you're like, no, I'm going to lose money. So you sell. And so you make an emotional decision, which is actually how these markets are ran. They're ran by massive people that are manipulating them all the time, and they bank on the fact that normal people like us are going to do just that. We're going to invest, buy and sell based on emotion rather than intelligence.
So people are tweaking it like on purpose?
100%. 100%.
Dang. So like right now, because that was last summer. So right now, I could be like $2,000, or does it go up? Has it gone up? Has it gone up?
It's down
and down
big time right now.
It's down
now
big time now.
It's actually a great time to invest.
Really?
Yeah, and I actually believe that it's going to go down more towards the end of the year, and then we're going to see just skyrocketing. There's a lot of things that play into that, but yeah, it is a good time to invest.
Like you said, this is not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
This is the currency of the future.
This is technology of the future and the present.
Can you buy anything right now with crypto?
Yeah,
Only?
absolutely.
Like what?
There are debit cards. Coinbase is an exchange that allows for debit cards. Crypto.com is another exchange where you can load your crypto on there and then go into any place and use it just like a normal debit card or Visa. So
Do most places take it, or not very many places, or
crypto just itself? Not a ton, but
when you transfer it to a debit card,
yeah,
then.
there's definitely more and more adoption happening, and now being able to transfer it to fiat currency has been quite easy.
I remember the Super Bowl had like 3 commercials for crypto.
Yeah.
And they were big.
Yeah.
And then it seemed to like take a dump after that.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Or is that my imagination?
No, it's not your imagination. There was actually what we in the crypto world called a black swan event, where there was a very, very popular cryptocurrency that one of them was a stable coin that was supposed to be pegged 1-to-1 with the US dollar, and it depegged, and people lost a lot of money, and it put a lot of fear in the market, and so the entire market kind of crashed down. That's where we're at right now. This is, this is all planned and played out. The governments are involved in this. Everybody's talking about crypto and how this is going to be adopted massively, and so the government wants to know how they're going to get their hands in it.
Wow.
So you're saying like this big dump is orchestrated?
I believe so.
By like governments and higher ups.
Yeah,
and
I believe so. Corporations.
Corporations,
A lot
okay.
of corporations. So, like the stock market, for instance, you don't see these wild swings, right? Because there's a lot.
Not like that.
There's a
No.
lot of money in the stock market. We're talking about probably $150 trillion. A lot of institutional money, like not just retail. Doesn't matter. That's what we call us. We're just retail investors.
Oh, okay.
So institutional money would be like the Black Rocks, the like billions and billions and billions of dollars. And there's not a ton of institutional money in the crypto market right now. There's only 1 trillion in market cap. So it moves violently. Like when anybody decides like BlackRock has, billions of dollars in Bitcoin. And if they decide to sell their Bitcoin a massive amount, that's going to drop the price dramatically. And why do they do that? They do that so you get scared, as you just said, right? You're like, oh man, my Bitcoin, it just went down. I'm going to sell it off. And then they come back in at cheaper prices and they buy it up cheaper.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I'm not, like I said, I'm not invested in any of that stuff, but I have a money manager that does all that for me. And I called the other day because I got a statement and I was like, wait a minute, like what? And she goes, Eric, that's one account. Calm down. It's going to go back up.
Yeah.
And normally towards the end of the year, you'll see it go
Yeah,
right back
yeah,
up and you'll have more than you
Yep.
lost.
That's
Right.
actually, there's cycles too. So it's like, there's yearly cycles. There's even just on short-term cycles of like, okay, well, we're in the approaching the fourth quarter. This is typically a time that just the markets sell off. And so when you sort of learn some of these basics, which it takes some research too. It's not like, oh my gosh, like you automatically know this. You kind of have to study the market a little bit and then you have less fear and you're like, okay, it's fine. Like,
Yeah, that's why I have somebody that does it for me because I
Right.
could never.
And you have the luxury of being able to just not think about it. Like
Yeah,
you
I
have
just
the
don't-
money and you
Yeah.
don't need it right now, so you can
Yeah.
just let it sit
Yeah.
and do its thing.
Yep.
Exactly.
So if somebody just say I had $1,000 and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get into the Bitcoin. I mean the cryptocurrency
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Since people are watching this or listening to this, what 3 or 4 different ones would you
Yeah.
suggest?
Yeah, so I would say I look at the top 10. So there's something called the coin market cap, and I would look at the top 10, and then I would say, okay, who's actually solving problems? So in Ethereum, like I said, a lot of things are being built on Ethereum. That's like a no-brainer. That's like a blue chipper, right? That doesn't necessarily mean there's the biggest ROI, but it's probably a crypto that's not going to go away.
Okay.
I know what ROI is.
You do what?
Return on investment.
Oh,
Look at
at you.
Yes, yes.
With your money manager. You're so important.
Yeah.
My God.
So then you're like, okay, well, what if I want to have a larger ROI where maybe I'm not just going to like double or triple my money. I could like 10x or 20x my money. Then I would look at something like, a Cardano, which is it's similar to an Ethereum where a lot of other things are being built on it. But one of the downfalls of an Ethereum is that it costs a lot to make a transaction. So when you start interacting with these sorts of things in crypto, you move it from one place to another. You're like, why am I paying $25 to move 50? That doesn't make any sense. So one of those might come in. One of the biggest markets in the world is remittance payments. So like people that come to the United States and they're working as immigrants, they send money back to their families in Mexico or in African countries. That costs a lot of money.
To send the money?
To send it. And a lot of times it doesn't get there. So crypto can solve that issue. Transactions can happen within seconds and very, very low fees. So something like an XLM, which is Stellar, they solve that problem. Also XRP, although they're in a lawsuit with the SEC right now, which also is political theater, but
Well, we'll step out of that one. I guess.
Yeah. So again, so like just some of these real world solves. Also supply chain issues. So VeChain is one that comes up a lot. They solve supply chain issues. They're able to ensure that there's no counterfeiting of, let's say, a name brand like a Louis Vuitton or something like that. They're able to put their products on the blockchain and make sure that no one else can counterfeit it. So you know that it's real.
Shoot, that'd be trouble for me. Everything I have is counterfeit. Yeah, Louis Vuitton.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I may have gotten in New York. Okay. So how long would you sit on it then? Like, how long should one expect to sit on an investment like that?
Yeah, I think it's all dependent on how much you put in.
Just say you put in $1,000.
$1,000. For me,
Make
I'm
it
like,
easy.
hey, I'm not a financial advisor either.
I know,
but
but
if I put $1,000 in, I would just I would let it ride. If it 10x, I would skim some profits and use that on whatever you want to use it on, and then reinvest when it goes back down, because you know the market's going to go like this consistently. So it rides up, rockets up, take some profits, or take your initial 1,000 out. Now it's house money.
ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Are you going to invest in crypto? What do you think?
I don't. I
You're
need
not
to
convinced
know
yet?
More about it. I mean, I'm so confused.
It's just,
I
do you think, like, how far
think
in
I
the
need to go to one
future?
of your classes
I know.
because
Yeah.
I'm.
Yeah.
How far in the future do you think, like, we're all going to be running on crypto? Are we talking 20 years? Are we talking 10
No.
years? Are we talking 50?
We already are, and you don't even know it.
I-
Think
well, I'm
about
still filling out my dollars.
Think
and-
about what happened during lockdowns, right? We all went to, as we said, almost cashless, right? We don't even get a menu at restaurants anymore.
I know.
True.
QR codes
Yep.
and those sorts of things. And so everything is digital, and it's going to be on the blockchain. So people, because the information is instant.
Is that
So-
like also kind of it with like Venmo and Apple Pay and all
Yeah.
this, where you can just tap your card and it's
It-
done?
it-
or
That isn't necessarily yet, but that's where they're getting us ready for that. They're getting you used to using your phone for everything. They're getting you used to just scanning a QR code, because that's how crypto works. So it's not a culture shock to us.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to like step into it a little bit. So I'm not going to say like, hey, we snap our fingers and here we are, but we are getting closer and closer. And I don't think it's going to be a 10-year, even a 5-year thing. I think within the next few years, we are 100% going to be using currency in that way consistently. The biggest things that we have right now are regulation. So it's not regulated by governments. And that's where the conversation is coming in, because they want to be able to tax it. They want to make sure that they know what you're doing with it. And the whole purpose of cryptocurrency has been to be decentralized, which means there's no central entity that is controlling it. Of course, governments are going to push back on that. And so we, the people, have to decide how this goes. We're the ones who create laws and vote them in. We have to say, okay, well, we need some security. We need some safety nets, because there are scammers out there, and there are ways that you could lose your crypto. But we don't want governments to have complete control.
Full control.
Yeah, like a China, for instance, who has they call them CBDC, central bank digital currency, and where if you're in China and they don't like what you're doing, they could shut it off. We don't want that.
No.
But we also want it to be safe too, and easy to use. Right now, there's a lot of complications to it. So we're moving in that direction. It's getting a lot closer.
Is it exciting to you?
It's so exciting. I mean, I've been only doing this for 2.5 years, and I'm like, whoa, like it's moved so quickly.
So fast, huh?
Yeah, and it's the market itself is funny. As you said, like, oh, I looked at this and I was like, whoa, I've never even seen that amount of money.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Now, what do you and Crystal do? You have a company together?
Yeah.
What is that?
So the concept is she's the mindset, yoga, being able to, tap into the spiritual part of things. And I'm sort of the logic and the numbers. And so building abundance through, tapping into meditation and being in tune with the universe. And so her piece of that is like, are you ready for abundance, right? What are you going to do with it? Like, think about professional athletes. How many of them have gone broke? They're not ready to be wealthy. And so it's not just being wealthy to consume, it's being wealthy to be able to give back to the world. And so
Ooh, I like that.
yeah, so there's mind, body, soul connection. And we believe that abundance is a birthright, and so we shouldn't feel badly about it or not want that, but we should also want to use it in a way that helps the world.
Sure.
And what's your company called?
Fitcoin Coaching.
Fitcoin Coaching.
Yeah.
So do you have a website, or
Yep.
do you want to give a phone number or something for
Yeah,
people
we
that...
have a website, fitcoincoaching.com, where we have information on there. We are working on TikTok, which is Fitcoin Coaching, and Instagram, so we put out some free content on there, so you guys can check us out. And yeah,
Are you taking new clients?
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Lisa, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing your
you.
knowledge with us. I am just fascinated. I'm ready to, as soon as I have some extra money, I'm going for it. I am totally going to go for it.
I'll do it with you.
Will you?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
we'll
I think
sit on it.
I think the best play is just a little bit. It's something called dollar cost averaging, like a little bit at a time. Right now it's like some of these are so cheap.
Right, you could do
Yeah,
that.
every
Just
week it's
every
like,
every
hey.
paycheck, maybe
Yeah.
put in a little bit.
Yeah.
I see. I like this. This is good. This is something doable.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, thank you so much.
You might have that condo on the beach in.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. My condo in Rosarito.
Look at that.
Well, thank you so much for coming on Laura
Thank
King
you,
After Dark.
Lisa.
Thank you guys.
We do something at the end of the podcast where we say a phrase. Will you say it with us? After I say it, you say it, then he's supposed to say it.
Okay.
Sometimes he doesn't.
I love the way she says he's supposed to.
He's
say it.
supposed to. Sometimes he drags it out. But anyway, Fitcoin
now,
Coaching. What?
Next week we'll talk about our visit to the psychic.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
I need to tell you one more thing. Do you have time for one more thing? So I got my car serviced the other day.
Yes.
And there was a recall on like the trunk latch. So they're like, oh, this is going to take a little bit longer. So they said, we'll have a lift take you wherever you want to go. So they brought me here to you, where we had a lovely lunch and everything. So she drove me home because they weren't going to pick me up for a while and Laura had stuff to do. So they said, car is ready. Lyft driver's on his way. 11 minutes. So I go downstairs, waiting. The Lyft driver shows up. He takes one look at me and he says, I'm not going to Chula Vista, and takes off.
Are they allowed to do that?
And I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, wait, it says where you're picking me up and where you're taking me. And
Right.
now, after I've waited 11 minutes, you've decided that you don't want to go. And he's like, yeah, it's not financially worth it during traffic and everything. And just off. So I called the dealership and I said, hey, the guy left. And they're like, no, it says he's there. And I'm like, no, he actually left. He said
I don't
he
blame
didn't
him.
want to take me to Chula Vista at 4:00 and he bailed. So they got another guy, and that guy was awesome.
You remember his name? You want to give a shout out?
No, I wish I remembered.
Oh,
his name
Eric.
right now. But
Darn
thank
it.
you, Lyft driver, who took me down there.
In rush hour traffic.
Yes. And we made it very quickly. So,
Oh, so that other guy didn't know what he was talking about.
yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
So much to Baja Coast Realty. Thank you to ADR Wellness
Yes.
for sponsoring this program, and love your podcast.
Love your podcast.
Love your podcast.
Thank you. I gave him a dirtiest look. Love you, my sweet babies. Bye.